When a powerful matriarch dies, her daughter and son-in-law scramble to claim her inheritance. They break open her hidden safe expecting riches, only to find it empty. But the nothing inside turns out to be the sharpest lesson she ever left behind. The funeral. You can tell a lot about a family by how they act at a funeral. Some come to mourn, some come to make peace, and some come to see what's left for them. When Elena Navarro died, she left behind more than a fortune. She left behind a family divided. Clara Navarro Ortiz, her eldest daughter, wore black like the rest. But don't mistake her silence for grief. No, her mind was elsewhere, on the estate, on the accounts, on the life she believed she was born to inherit. And sitting beside her, hand clasped over hers like an anchor, was Luis, her husband, Luis Ortiz. Smooth talker, opportunist, the kind of man who smiles while he counts what isn't his yet. And then at the back of the room stood Victor, the quiet one, Elena's son, the one who kept his distance, who hadn't fought over dinners or disputed holiday plans. He was different. He wasn't mourning the money, he was mourning his mother. But Clara was already thinking about what came next. And Luis was thinking for them both. Have you ever noticed how death doesn't just end things? Sometimes it begins with them. The will was read the following day, a somber gathering thick with anticipation. A few small bequests were mentioned, trivial donations to charities, a gentle reminder of Elena's kindness. But then came the moment everyone had been waiting for. The big reveal. Elena's vast estate, the thriving company, the sprawling properties, all of it was ensconced within a trust, like treasure hidden in a fortress. And who would hold the keys to this fortress? Victor. Clara's knuckles turned bone white as she gripped the armrests of her chair, her heart pounding in her chest. A trust, she spat, her voice a sharp whisper as she stormed into the corridor. She left it to him? To Victor? I'm her eldest. This is absurd. Luis stepped forward, a steady hand resting on her shoulder, his demeanor calm and collected amid her whirlwind of emotions. Clara, take a breath. A trust isn't ownership. It merely means he'll manage it for now. But don't forget, that doesn't mean we can't access what's rightfully yours. Rightfully mine, she repeated, clutching the words like a lifeline thrown into turbulent waters. Luis leaned closer, his voice barely above a murmur, laden with urgency. Your mother wasn't naive. If she concealed anything of value, it wouldn't be in that trust. It's hidden where the lawyers don't tread, somewhere deeply private. And then a spark ignited within her. The study, Elena's study, the sanctuary of a woman who always had the only keys. And more critically, the safe. That night, Clara and Luis crept back to the Navarro house, shadows in the dim light, not as a grieving family, but as thieves daring to disturb the restless past. Luis approached the study door, tools at the ready, prying open its lock with the practiced ease of someone who had slipped through gates far more closed before. The air inside the room was imbued with the essence of Elena, a bittersweet cocktail of yellowed pages, the scent of ancient books, and the delicate whisper of her perfume lingering like a ghost. And there it was, the safe, a steel box shrouded in secrecy, nestled behind an ornate painting that had never seemed to notice its burden. Clara's heart thudded violently against her chest. She kept everything of value here. It must be here. The jewelry, the cash, the deeds, she breathed, her voice a blend of anticipation and desperation. Luis flashed a wolfish grin. Let's uncover the truth. They fell into a heavy silence. The only sound was the soft clicking of Luis's deft fingers working to find the combination. The air crackled with tension, and finally, with a satisfying click, the door swung open, revealing its contents, or lack thereof. Clara's breath caught in her throat. It was empty. No shimmering stacks of cash, no velvet-lined boxes bursting with jewels, no hidden deeds, just a yawning void. But wait, there was something else. Tucked away in the far corner was a single envelope, pristine and sealed. Clara snatched it up, her fingers trembling as she gazed at the elegant, flowing script of her mother's neat handwriting. Her heart raced. "It's for me." Luis leaned in closer, an eager expectation etched on his features. "Open it." With trembling hands, she broke the seal, her pulse quickening. Chapter 5. The Letter. It wasn't wealth that awaited her. It wasn't an adornment or property. It was a letter, simple yet profound. The words on the page leapt to life in her mind. "Clara, if you are reading this, it means you couldn't wait. You couldn't trust. You couldn't grieve me before clawing for what you think is yours. You have spent your life believing this family name entitles you to everything I built. But entitlement isn't inheritance. You married a man who feeds this hunger in you, who tells you that you are owed what you did not earn. Clara, I love you, but love doesn't mean silence. And the truth is this: you are not ready to hold what I work for. That is why I gave the power to Victor, because he does not want it. Only those who do not crave power can be trusted to hold it wisely. You will call me cruel. You will call me unfair. But one day, perhaps you will see, this is the last gift I can give you. Not riches, not control, but a chance to become more than this hunger." Mother! Clara's hands quaked as the letter slipped from her grip, floating to the floor like a fallen leaf. She's manipulating you from the grave." Luis scoffed, his voice laced with indignation. "She always favored Victor. It's just not right." But Clara remained silent. Deep down she knew, no matter how much it stung, the words resonated with a painful truth. Isn't it fascinating how the echoes of the dead can wound deeper than those of the living? The following morning, Clara stormed into Victor's office, her anger a tempest. "You knew," she spat, her voice fierce and raw. Victor looked up from his meticulously arranged papers, an impenetrable calm enveloping him. "Knew what?" he replied, his tone betraying nothing. "The save. The letter. You knew she'd do this. Give everything to you. Make me look like—" Clara's voice faltered, breaking under the weight of emotion. "Like what?" Victor interjected, his patience thinning. "Like I don't deserve it," Clara uttered, hurt flickering in her eyes. Victor sighed heavily, his pen hovering in midair as he finally set it down. "Clara, it was never about deserving. It was about responsibility. Mom entrusted me to manage it, not to own it. Manage it for the family, for you too, if only you could stop seeing me as your enemy." Luis surged forward, hostility radiating from him. "Oh, spare us the saint act. You love this. You've been waiting for this moment." Victor's gaze sharpened like a blade. "Don't project your greed onto me, Luis. This was your doing, wasn't it? You pushed her into this, breaking into her study, rifling through her things. That was your idea." Luis bristled at the accusation, but Victor redirected his attention back to Clara. "She left you more than money," Victor said, his voice gentle yet firm. "She left you a chance to change. Whether you take it is up to you." That night, Clara sat alone in her dimly lit room, the weight of the letter heavy in her hands. No cash, no opulent jewelry, no hidden fortune lay within her grasp. Just words. Yet those words bore the heft of lead. Elena Navarro had bequeathed her an empty safe, but what if it wasn't truly empty at all? Perhaps some inheritances don't shimmer and shine. They're forged from lessons and wisdom. And those lessons, they're rarely easy to bear. So tell me, if you open the safe, what would you hope to find? And more importantly, would you be ready for what lies within? Subscribe if you enjoyed the story, and drop your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.